Bonjour everybody, welcome back. In this video I'm gonna give my thoughts and my prediction about the French Open draw, who I will think will win. And this year's battlefield is looking full packed with bunch of great players. Almost every player is here except Roger Federer that I can remember. He can't defend his semi-final spot from it last year, but we still have the best players here, and the draw looks very difficult on the bottom section. Novak has a great draw this time. He will have a great path to the final, I think, if he can succeed and beat his opponents. And the supervisors of French Open have decided that this tournament is gonna go off, but not as usual. Of course, they used to play this tournament in May and June, but now due to this COVID-19 virus that has struck around the world, they plan to just postpone it a little bit. But now we are back here in the autumn. We're gonna see some great tennis, and I'm very excited about the draw. It was very difficult for me to pick my predictions and my candidates for quarterfinals that I usually do in these videos. I had to think long time, because for first in a long time this draw is very open. If you're gonna choose the best 8 player that you think is gonna play the quarterfinals, we have of course Nadal, Dominic Thiem and Novak Djokovic. Those are safe cards. We know that they're gonna deliver. They are great clay court players. We don't have to give Nadal any further introduction, not Thiem either, not Novak either. So we know that this tournament is gonna go off and it will be a hell of a show. And Nadal and Thiem and Zverev ended up on the same section of the bottom half of the draw. Novak got Tsitsipas and Medvedev, Rublev, Berrettini, and a bunch of other dudes on his side of the draw, the top half of the draw. So I'm gonna go into my 8 candidates that I think will go on to the quarterfinals the second week. One of these guys are gonna win, of course, and these are the guys that I think that are gonna go through. A quick look at the draw, we can see that Novak has the best chance of reaching the final if you look at his opponents. But I'm gonna go with my number 8 spot, and who I think will be one of the 8 candidates to reach the quarterfinals. That is Andrei Rublev, my friends. I have chosen him because he has played very solid and great tennis lately. He has a great draw. He has Query, Fokina, Davidovic in the second round. He got Lajovic in the third round, and his first big test, a guy that he has never beat, Daniil Medvedev, I think. I think they will catch up and meet each other. And Medvedev's draw until the fourth round is Fuskovic. He has Manarino, a great solid clay court player, and I think he will meet Bashavili in the third round. And then in the fourth round he will take on Rublev. And as we all know, Medvedev haven't get past the first round in the French Open earlier in his career. Rublev has, I think, reached the second or third round, maybe a fourth round. I don't remember that, but this will be his chance to beat Daniil Medvedev, because he's not a specialist on clay. He's a ball machine. You have to work hard to beat him. He has a great first and second serve. He has the game to take you out. But this time I think that Rublev has taken some step forwards. I think that he has done a great run at both Rome, and now I think he's in the semi-final of ATP 500 tournament at Hamburg. I think he won his match against RB, so he has reached the semi-finals there. So I'm very excited about his match against Medvedev in the fourth round, and I think that he will beat him for the first time. And on my number 7 spot, I will pick the young Greek Stefanos Tsitsipas. I was considering to take Denis Shapovalov on that spot, but we have seen Denis Shapovalov taking a huge step forward. He plays more consistent. He wins matches that he should have won. Instead of losing them like he has done many times before, he has reduced his unforced errors number. He has showed mental toughness, mental strength. He is a winner. He knows that he has broken into the top 10 for the first time in his career. And now it's his big test. Can he deliver here at the Grand Slam? I'm not 100% sure. Shapovalov never reached past the second round here before, and it's his Grand Slam. And his route to the fourth round is Gilles Simon. He has Carbeas and Dimitrov in the third round, and in the fourth round he will take on Stefanos Tsitsipas, who have a similar road to the fourth round. He is playing against Monar in the first round, and then Cuevas, and then maybe a solid player like Krajinovic in the third round. That will be his first big test. He will have some difficulties against Krajinovic because Krajinovic is not a guy that you beat in 3 straight sets usually. He can battle from the baseline. But he lacks of big weapons. So I think that Tsitsipas is of course a much better player than him. He has shown that many times before. So Shapovalov against Tsitsipas in the fourth round. I think Shapovalov is up 3-1 in head-to-head, but the young Greek haven't impressed me so far this year. He has still some thinking to do. Maybe he needs a new coach. He needs something new that can lighten his sparkle, because he didn't look super solid. And he also played today against somebody at the Hamburg. I think he won the first set. After that, I didn't watch. I don't know the outcome of the match, but I think that Stefanos Tsitsipas will beat Shapovalov. I was very close of picking Shapovalov instead of him, but I changed my mind in the last minute due to his a little bit more. I think he's a little bit more inconsistent than Tsitsipas. Still, this Shapovalov has taken a huge step. He has done great so far this year and broken into the top 10, but I don't think that in a 5-set battle he showed in the US Open that he can compete, but he still does too many unforced errors. And if he can keep his service percentage number high like he has done in US Open and at the ATP Masters at Rome, he will sure give Stefanos a rough time. Maybe he can beat him. It's not impossible. And on my number 6 spot, I have Matteo Berrettini, the Italian dude with the huge serve and huge forehand. He will take on Pospisil in the first round, and then I think that he will play against the South African Harris, and then he plays a guy that has similar playing style like him, and that Jan-Lennart Struff from Germany. Huge forehand, huge serve, but Berrettini is a little bit more solid. He's a great clay court player. He likes to move around the court and hit with his forehand. He has a great first and second serve. He will win many free points because Struff isn't a superb returner. I think he will edge him in 3 or 4 sets. It's not easy to break Berrettini's serve. He has showed that he have beaten many top 10 players and played solid. He played great at the US Open, but didn't get rewarded. He lost to a better player in that tournament. I forgot who it was. But Berrettini's path to the fourth round is very easy, I think. And his first big test comes in the fourth round. He will meet RBA. And RBA, I don't know. He's a tricky player also, of course. But I'm not impressed with him because he lacks of big weapons. At least Berrettini has great weapons, and RBA has gone to the fourth round here in Paris, so it won't surprise me if he takes Berrettini's spot. He has Gasquet in his first round. He has a Japanese or Hungarian guy in the second, and PCB in his third round. And then he will take on Berrettini. I think that Berrettini leads the head-to-head section 3-1. I think that this will be a tight battle, maybe go to 5 sets, but I think that Berrettini will be the better player in the end and take him out. And on my number 5 spot, I will take Diego Schwartzman, because you saw him at Rome. He beat Nadal, but it was a 3-set match. Now it's 5 sets. He has reached the quarter before. He has Kecmanovic, a tricky first opponent in his first round match, a guy that recently won a tournament. He got the Motet, the French dude, and then a player that I hyped many times before, Bona Coric. And then he has to face maybe Gael Monfils in the 4th round. Gael Monfils, I think he's part of this lost generation that didn't deliver, together with Kei Nishikori and Dimitrov, of course. We have also Cilic and Berdych and Tsonga and Del Potro in that generation, but at least Cilic and Del Potro won a Grand Slam, and Berdych and Tsonga reached the Grand Slam finals. They both deserved, if somebody deserved of that lost generation, is Berdych and Tsonga, in my opinion. One of those guys deserved maybe a Grand Slam title, but it's not easy to compete with the big three. So I think that Schwartzman has a great draw if he can get past Kecmanovic and then Motet and then Coric, and he will probably meet Monfils, but he's not the guy he used to be. He's very inconsistent. I don't have high hopes of Monfils delivering some beast mood level tennis. Maybe he can take 1 or 2 free easy round here because he has an easy draw. He plays at France. He wanted to make good tournament there, a good run. So Schwartzman will be in the quarterfinal. He's one of my candidates there. And on my number, now we have started to go into these last 4 guys. Now the heavy guys, the big guys, the big guns, the guys that have been very consistent lately. And on my number 4 spot, who do I have? I have Alexander Shasha Zverev. And he has a new coach, David Ferrer. What can he do? How can he help Zverev to grow as a player? Because Zverev, he's a great all-round player. He has reached, I think, 2 quarterfinals here at the French Open. He has reached the final of US Open recently. He played the semifinal at AO, where he lost to Dominic Thiem also, and in the final, in his maiden Grand Slam. And he has Denis Novak in the first round, I think. In the second round, the French dude Herbert, and then his first real test, Alex de Minaur, a guy that he should win against with his firepower, but you never know. You can't trust Sasha's level up to 100% because he can disappear from matches. He still makes a lot of double faults. So, and in a potential 4 round, who will Zverev meet? One of the guys. It's one of the guys between Goffin and Sinner. They actually meet in the first round. He will take on one of them. These are guys that he should beat if he want to compete for more Grand Slam. If he want to be in the top 4, these guys are players that he should beat in a Grand Slam, where you play tennis of the highest level. So Zverev will get past those players, I think, but I'm not 100% sure. He has the huge ground strokes. He has the firepower in his first serve. He has superb backhand. He can really swing, and he's a tall guy that moves well on the court. So he really doesn't have many flaws, but it's mostly up in his mind. And Ferrer will add something new to his game. I don't know. We will see. But at least Ferrer had played the French Open final, so maybe he has some tactical changes, or he can help, because he's a smart guy, David Ferrer. He reads books, many books, I've heard. All right. On my 3rd place, who is most likely to win, it's one of the big 3 guns. It's Dominic Thiem, I think. He will take on. Who will take on? He will take on Marian Cilic in the first round, and then Riley Opelka in the second round, and then the Norwegian sensation Casper Ruud. And in the 4th round, I want to see Stan Wawrinka there, but you can't trust his level. He plays against Andy Murray in the first round, and maybe Felix Aliassime will be an obstacle for one of those guys. But either Murray, I don't think he will get past 3 rounds actually, but you never know with Murray. He's a former number 1, he is a multiple Grand Slam winner, a great player, great guy. So one of Murray, Wawrinka and Aliassime will play in a quarterfinal, in a 4th round match against Dominic Thiem, who would be, my vote goes to Stan. He's not the guy he used to be, but he still have some gas in the tank, and he likes to play at Roland Garros. He has beaten Novak, Djokovic here, so I think that he will be the man there. And Dominic Thiem, finally a Grand Slam victory. It's a relief for him. He really deserved that victory, and he has something that the next gen, the lost gen, doesn't have. He has firepower. He got firepower from his ground, both forehand and backhand wing. He has superb firepower, and he has a great second serve, and he's mental tough also. Those are the difference. That's why he has been more consistent than these lost gen players and the next gen players. He's set 27 now. He has been in 2 finals and 2 semifinals, so he has the biggest chance now. Even if he meet Nadal, you never know. And Nadal is on my second spot. This guy's chasing his 13 Grand Slam title here. It's like if you make up a picture in your mind, if you look at the practice wall when you play tennis, Nadal is that practice wall. Whatever you hit, whatever you give to him, he gives you back, and with interest. So either you will get the time of your life, the best experience on the court to play against him, or you will have the tennis lesson of your life. And he's the guy that chews these low-ranked players for breakfast. He doesn't give them anything for free. He's the best player, point in, point out. He's like stainless steel. He never gets rusty. But one obstacle, of course, many people have talked about the cooler condition, the weather forecast. Will he play more different now? The ball will not bounce as high as when it won't bounce as high as when it's warmer weather. We know that. And the ball is, in this kind of condition, the ball is designed for heavy hitters like Thiem and Zverev, if they can hit through Nadal. Now Nadal's top spin won't affect them as much, especially the forehand. There's a gigantic. We have seen Nadal destroyed Federer in several finals. We have seen him destroy Dominic Thiem, even if Thiem put up a better match last year. So the weather condition, the roof, everything, it's benefit guys like Novak and Dominic Thiem. Nadal won't be rewarded as much as he has done before with his forehand spin. But it's Nadal, he can reinvent, he will make some tactical change and maybe go more for drop shots and mix up the game and even approach net. You never know how this will affect Nadal. But a guy like Nadal, you can't look through him. He will play in the final, in my opinion. And he will play against who? Novak Djokovic, the guy that shrinks the court to his favor, the best mover on the court. He has developed his first and second serve. His forehand is lethal, his backhand is lethal, best in business. He plays like a computer. He's one of few players that can handle Nadal's top spin together with guys like Thiem maybe. But Novak he's not afraid because Nadal he has the upper hand against him. He has the mental edge over Nadal, not like Thiem. You have to play like Novak does, or like Robin Söderling did in 2009 when he beat Nadal with huge ground strokes, serve bombs, and low force error numbers. Novak knows and have the recipe. He beat him at the semi-final in 2015, or was it the quarterfinal? I forgot. Very convincingly in 3 straight sets. Nadal didn't have much to put up in that match. Novak looked supreme in that match, but lost the final against Stan Wawrinka, who did the match of his life. And Novak will be the main man to beat. He doesn't have any flaws. You know, if you look at his game, he has everything. He has the whole package. It's barely impossible. And Nadal's route to the final, he will play Gerasimov, Russian dude, I think, then a qualifier, and then we'll probably take on Kei Nishikori and Jon Isner or Fabio Fognini in the fourth round. If Fabio Fognini plays a fourth round match against Nadal, you can expect everything or nothing from him. He's like a fish or like a bird. Either he plays like a god or he embarrasses himself. But Nadal has done his lesson. He won't get embarrassed by a guy like Fognini, especially at the French Open. We know that he has beaten him on clay before. He beat him last year at Monte Carlo, but the senior had... Remember this, to win against Nadal in 3 sets matches, it's not impossible. But 5 sets, you know the drill. 93 victories here at Roland Garros. If he wins this tournament, he's three digit, 100. How on earth is that impossible for a single guy to be so consistent and perform? It doesn't cross my mind, but sometimes I think how unbelievable he is, this Spaniard. So Novak's way to the final, he meets one of the Swedish brothers. I forgot if it was Michael or Elias. Ymer is his last name, sir, and a guy that he shouldn't have any problem with. And then in the second round he has Berankis, is a guy that I met before. I think I met him at US Open, or Hugo Delaine. And in the third round he will meet either Hurkacz or Tennis Sangren, and in the fourth round a clay court specialist like Garin, maybe Kachanov, if he reaches that deep. I don't trust his level anymore. What has he really done since his master victory against Novak at the Paris Open in 2018? Nothing. He just play first and second and third rounds nowadays. Garin is at least a solid top 20 player. He has played great on clay court and will maybe put up a better fight against Novak than Kachanov would. So let's dig into the quarterfinals. The first quarterfinals is between Novak Djokovic and Matteo Berrettini. If the key moment here is for Berrettini to hold his serve, otherwise he is doomed. If he takes the set to tie breaks, he should be glad, because Novak would move him around the court and use his backhand weakness to his strength. He will punish him, and if he doesn't serve well, he will punish him also. So Novak has a great opportunity to get through his quarterfinal pretty easily, in my opinion. I will give Novak 3-0 there. And then we go on to the other quarterfinal on the top half of the draw, and that's between Tsitsipas and Rublev. A very interesting meeting. Who knows? This match can go either way. Either Rublev or Tsitsipas will sniff their first semi-final spot at the French Open. Who will advance from that match? Something inside of me said that Rublev is gonna go through this match. I'm not 100% sure. I like the young Greek. I have praised him a lot of times, but I'm not 100% sure his level on clay. I think he has won in Barcelona, so that's a good receive. He has beaten Nadal, so he's not a terrible clay court player. But I think that Rublev, in this shape, will do a great run in this tournament. It's a long shot, of course. I know that Tsitsipas is the favorite in this match. He's the man to beat, but I will go with Rublev, and I'm not changing my mind. It will be what it will be. And on the bottom half of the draw, what do we have? We have Dominic Thiem against Diego Schwartzman. Many experts and social media has rooted for an upset. They think that Schwartzman is gonna beat Thiem because he beat Nadal. Nadal played, if you look at last year, he lost in Monte Carlo, he lost at Madrid, he lost at Barcelona, and he only won one clay court tournament before French Open, and it was in Rome. So it's not an indication of that Nadal is not gonna win because he lost against Diego Schwartzman. All praise to Schwartzman, did his best match of his life. He almost took out Novak also in the Rome final. He had a break up here in the first and the second set, but he couldn't deliver, and I don't think he will deliver in 5 sets against a solid player like Dominic Thiem, who can hit through him. He can stand his firepower, and this match will go to Dominic Thiem's advantage. He will go and win this match 3-1 in sets and book a place in the semifinal against Rafael Nadal, because I think that Rafael Nadal will beat Alexander Zverev. But Zverev has all the tools in the box. He has a huge serve, a la Robin Söderling. He has huge backhand that he can hit through Nadal, a la Robin Söderling. He has a great forehand, a la Robin Söderling. With all that said, Zverev is of course a better player than Robin Söderling was, but that's the playing style he has. They have similar playing style, and that's playing style that he has to play to perfection to even bother Nadal. Don't look at the weather condition and etc. What people are talking about the forecast. Of course it will affect Nadal's topspin. Of course it will, but not a guy like Zverev. I think maybe Novak will take the biggest advantage of that, or Dominic Thiem. So Dominic Thiem and Nadal in one of the semifinals, and Rublev and Djokovic in the other semifinal. Nadal will get through, I think, not easily. He can drop a set against Zverev, but I'm not dreaming of an upset here. Not in a quarterfinal. Not against a guy that makes 10-15 double faults. Nadal will punish him, because Nadal is not a Santa Claus. I've said that many times before. I was the first one to make that expression before. So Zverev can't play top solid. He can keep up 1 or 2 hours, but after that Nadal will take on and deliver some Spanish medicine for him. All right, so into the semifinals. First one is Rublev against Novak Djokovic. Interesting meeting, similar game style, time to time, but Novak has the weapons. He has the variety. He has a better serve. He's a better returner. He's better on every department. So this pick is pretty easy. 3-1 in sets or 3-0 to Novak. If you look at Novak's draw, seriously, if you don't get past this draw, he doesn't deserve to be in the final. His first worthy opponent, I think, it's in the final. I'm not showing disrespect to the other players, but Rublev can't touch him. I'm not. He haven't convinced me that much that he can beat Djokovic, but he has convinced me enough to beat Medvedev. That's for sure. All right. So Novak plays the final against Rafael Nadal. Rafael Nadal will have a tough battle, because one of these guys is gonna make the life easier for Novak Djokovic, because these guys is gonna battle. They're gonna take each other out, and Novak is sitting there and he's rubbing his hand like this and says, "Yeah, I hope this match will be a 5-set battle. I hope they play for 5 hours, and I hope at least they don't have to rest as much as I do." Novak will play. He has the roof to his advantage. He has the better draw to his advantage. He has the upper mental edge against both of these players. He beat, like you know, Dominic Thiem at the AO final. He has Nadal's number every day of the week nowadays. I think that Nadal's Grand Slam winning days are over against Djokovic in Grand Slams. And also the same goes for Roger Federer, because Novak, his mind, his focus, his determination to win and collect trophies is much stronger than the other guys on tour, because he's coming from behind now. He's behind Federer, he's behind Nadal. He wants to reach them, and he has the winner mentally out of this world. So he smells blood. He likes to collect trophy. Both of these guys are big stage players. I wouldn't be surprised if Thiem takes out Nadal. Absolutely not, because Thiem has moved forward. Thiem has played better under Nicolas Massou. He has better returns, better forehand, better shot tolerance, better swings, takes the ball earlier, takes the ball cleaner, makes less unforced errors. But against Nadal, you have to be on top. You can't play 1, 2 hours of a great tennis, especially not on 5 sets. Remember, folks, 5 sets and 3 sets matches, when you talk about Nadal, is like day and night. So don't hook up on his loss against Diego Schwartzman, because Schwartzman is a great clay court player. And Nadal lost that day to a better man. But against Novak can disappear sometimes. That's Nadal's chance. He will have to punish Novak earlier. If you go into longer rallies, I think that Nadal will be the guy that makes more unforced errors. Even though he's a guy that doesn't make so many unforced errors, and Novak will grind him down. Novak knows how to take down Nadal. And Novak Djokovic is still super fast on court. Nadal also, but he's not as fast as he has been before. So my winner for the 2020 French Open will be Novak Djokovic. He has won time before, and if he wins, he will be he will have done something that Nadal and Federer has never done, to win all of the Grand Slam at least twice. That's a thing that Novak surely thinks about, and he knows that Nadal is not unbeatable on clay. He has beaten him before here, and he played a superb, epic match here also in 2013, one of the best clay court matches. Went into a 5-set battle that Nadal won that match. He was a stronger man, but Novak has never had a better chance than this, except his 2015 victory. That was also the way he played that year. It was expected, because he beat him in a couple of clay court tournaments earlier that year also. So we know that Novak has all the weapons to neutralize Nadal's offensive game and penetrate through him with his huge backhand and forehand. So my victory goes, and I want to make a shout out to 2 great YouTubers out there. One of them is a really great friend of mine. It's interis. I haven't watched his preview yet, but I'm gonna do that after this video. And the other one is Tahmid Saleh for Tennis Forum. Watch his channel also. If I can manage, I'm gonna put the links to their channels. And I also have another video where I have my 5 reasons why Novak Djokovic has been so successful against Rafa Nadal. I'm gonna link that video too down below. You can watch that video too. My 5 reasons. So thank you for watching. Bye bye.